Oh,
I remember
never
making her very upset.
About making what?
Her very upset that time. But I also enjoyed coming and staying the weeks in the summer. And being able to watch a bunch of TV that Mom and Daddy would.
You didn't watch Fresh Prince, did you?
No, it was all like real crazy things like Nick at Night and yeah, I think I watched all of Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, there you are.
If we were allowed to watch that, it's just we didn't have cable.
Yeah, we just the opportunity to, and then all AMC, and then there was one time that grandmother had to do something, and so me and Frida watched me, and we watched
Little House on the Prairie.
No, it was
Curly Top. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, can I guess now?
Elizabeth Taylor, a bunch of Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor, not Taylor Swift, Elizabeth Taylor. Right. Well, I do remember that Aunt Frida had a Curly Top movie that she gave Mother for you to watch or something. You know, kind of a fake Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a ton of, we
Elizabeth
watched
Taylor.
Life of Father,
Oh, that's good.
National Velvet, and yeah, I think Aunt Frida was worried that I was gonna, like, be crazy and play all the time. She was like, here's some movies. Like,
Elizabeth Taylor when she was young.
Believe how much they've done in years.
Really cute little gal.
She was a lovely girl
Yeah.
before she turned into a beautiful woman. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to tell a story.
Yes.
Make something up. Well, she was really sweet and loving, and just treated us like part of the family from day one. And we were always welcome and always comfortable with her.
Yeah.
She had pretty little children and they were little.
There you go. Film.
What's in the Marie?
Take that if you can film.
Senior in college.
It's amazing.
I know, because I don't have to dress like
When it's time, it just.
Yeah.
She said she could have come up with something better, but she recently had a head injury, and she did. She had a closed head injury. And she's on disability for it.
Well, I have a concussion.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Which football team do you play?
She was in the wrestling. I love everyone. It's so good to see everyone.
Thanks for coming by.
We're so glad that you were able to come.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Jane, I love you. Ooh, good to see you. That's all up to you.
I'm in the hug zone, yeah. Ready for another door?
I remember Joel one time saying that he felt sorry for the younger kids, like these little short fellas, because they didn't have a farm to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The reunions on the farm were like highlighted here. Yeah. We shot guns. We drove tractors, got on the hay ride.
There was a tire swing.
Yeah. There were dogs that had ticks all over them that were real sweet. I was real confused about why I was petting them. Like they were just farm dogs, and I was like, "Hey, puppy."
There were grapes.
Huh?
There were
Oh,
grapes
yeah, there were
on
grapes.
that arbor.
Yeah, and I think, and little crab apples. So I try to eat the crab apples. It was good.
We can travel all over the farm, just wander.
Uncle Paul drove me around on his gold wing. The rolling armchair. Huge. Yeah, that was the only first and one of the only times I've been on a motorcycle.
Oh, he's staying.
He's gonna stay.
Yeah. He's gonna sleep on the other side.
Come back, okay?
He works for pancakes.
Yes, Nakia works for Pancakes. He's very kind. He does things. Pancakes.
Anytime he does work, fair work.
Oh,
In our
works
house.
Oh,
for
you-
pancakes.
we-
It looks like it's pancakes in
Oh,
person
he
or
works.
what?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know what that meant.
That is
Yeah.
Hey, we do give him money too, let's just say this, but we give him lots of pancakes.
Teresa makes wonderful buttermilk pancakes.
Yeah, honestly, there could be a guy in East Tennessee whose name is Pancakes and he's a contractor. I believe it.
I feel like there may be more than one guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I'm parked behind you.
I can move your car for you if you want that.
Maybe, is there another car behind your car too? No, the Audi, it's
There's a
gone.
card.
Audi's not out.
No, I don't think.
How are you feeling? You tired?
I'm feeling okay, just sitting down here.
Mr. Pancake and Mr. Bacon.
Man, y'all almost had the same
Maybe
thing.
land pigs together.
I got bows on the back of mine though.
Oh, we can have those have. Oh, okay. Jeans with holes in them.
And Manisha, I bet living there in Big Stone your whole life, I bet you ran into some interesting names. I don't know if they can float to the surface right now or not, but I remember some that I heard there.
A couple had a friend back up.
Back up.
Oh, cause he works for the coal mine.
Yeah.
Dad, we're running over things. He backed up.
Mhm.
His name was back up.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the
For all
car?
of them. I have not. Well, I had it on a school trip.
Yeah, Robert Phillips took me in the coal mine.
Did he really?
And now, that would be interesting.
We went in on a Sunday when you weren't supposed to be there.
That doesn't surprise me.
Was that when he was an inspector?
I don't remember. I just remember we went way back and part of it, I mean, we had to been a mile underneath.
Did
And we
you
just went on and on.
ride the elevator down?
No, this
This-
was Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. There was, well, I don't need to tell that story. But all our cousins up there had nicknames, the Phillips cousins. Now, I don't know that the girls did, but do you?
Mine, the cave back up in there?
No, the nicknames.
Like Rocky, Toad.
Oh,
Well, Rocky was his real name, Rocco.
Yeah.
Rocco. But there, oh, was he the one that was Toad?
No.
No,
Rocky was Rocky.
Rocky. Then there was Toad. I can't remember all of them. Right now, the only one that's coming to mind is Toad. Luigi, right.
Wally, Mario.
Right.
Joel would know names of people that came into Uncle Fred.
Yeah, tell us some of the people who.
Funny nicknames that you find
Oh.
out.
Oh, yeah, and Uncle Fred's. Yeah. There was Cannonball, Bones, Ghost. And all these guys were actually their actual name was Larry. if you're a man between the age of 48 and 68 in Big Stone Gap, there's a good chance that your name is Larry.
You need that secondary.
Yeah. You need Possum. I forgot about Possum. Yeah. And there was a whole there was a dynasty or a clan in Appalachia of guys named Goose. And the dad was called Goose when he was in high school. He leaves. He has a son. The eldest son is Goose when he goes through high school. He graduates. The next son is Goose. And they're just all Goose.
I was in school with a goose.
Yeah.
What was their last name?
Maybe he was one of the
Gander.
Real Appalachian sound, and I can't remember.
real
Yeah.
Appalachian.
Like bowling or something,
Yeah, something like that.
Wampler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Southwest Virginia names.
And then there was Stork. You remember Stork?
Yeah, Stork.
But he was called that because he was a great basketball player for Powell Valley.
Yeah, we had Squirrel in our grade.
Mm-hmm.
Jello.
Mm-hmm.
Tuna.
That would be you.
No.
Yeah, it was so funny. I went to college, and people were talking about Jello doing this, Jello doing that, and I was like,
What?
how do you guys know that? Nobody else called me Jello, and then I found out there was another Jello.
Yeah.
Common name.
Yeah.
Common name.
Yeah.
Appalachian.
Yeah. Of the White County Jellos. He's apparently called Jello because he has red hair, and there was another guy who was older than him that had red hair who was called Jello. We don't know why he was Jello, but it was just.
You'll have to do a
Hey, look,
document.
it's new Jello, and then it's
Yeah.
Jello.
You have to do a document search and see if you can
Yeah.
find records review.
Yeah.
See if you can find out
I
why.
think they have to dump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Some of our
But
people
we
have
used to
left.
go up and, there were 4 of us, Greens and 4 Rudd kids, and they were all stair-stepped. Teresa, Susan, Mark and David, me and Ray, and Jeannie and Jody. And we all got to trade out and live like a country girl. And I mean, you had to do the other.
You were
chores,
city-fied
so-
country girl, but.
Yeah, city-fied country girl. It didn't have to do all that they did, but I sure had to help. And,
Mhm.
but we all went and baled hay.
And did tobacco.
I
And
set tobacco.
tobacco.
It was cold.
Old ground leaves, suckers, top it.
I got out of that.
Yeah.
Squishing the
Well-
worms, I got out of that.
Collecting ground leaves is when you found those arrowheads.
When you found, arrowheads. Yeah.
You're
Did
rock
you,
crawling on the ground. and-
did you ever go, you like to do that, didn't you? Did you ever go in that cave? I didn't do that either, cause they told me not to.
Yeah, well, I should.
I swung on the
And I
grapevine.
got to thinking there's a good chance I won't get out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But,
He still looks for arrowheads wherever he goes.
Oh,
always hot.
Rocks and
know.
arrowheads.
Oh, I love rocks.
yeah. I remember taking Susan Rudd, she came to visit us when we lived in Big Stone, and she needed some coal because she was teaching about coal to her kids, and I'm thinking, coal. So we were driving along and on the road between Appalachia and Norton, and she said, "Look over there, I think it's some coal." And we stopped, and she got out and put it in her car like somebody was going to take it away from her, but they would not.
No.
No, there was a lot of coal up there.
Do you remember heating with coal in Columbia?
Oh yeah, and that you were tasked with going down when Daddy was gone.
We
It was
we
you.
had 2 coal theories. One is when we first moved in, the fireplaces actually worked, and especially Mom and Dad's room, they kept the coal fire.
Hmm.
Then we got the oil heater, and that ran on its own with the old tank in the back. Then we got the coal furnace, and I had to go down and stoke it every night.
I didn't know that. I thought that the oil furnace was last.
It's the other door.
Well, you would know.
Other door.
Yeah, and but I had to go down and stoke it with Snaggletooth Joe at night.
I
Come
know.
on, by yourself.
Snaggletooth
I
Joe.
reached my hand in the door like this,
Get
turned the light on
clickers
before I
out.
went in.
Oh, no.
We won't talk about you and Stan setting fires and things like that. No, we won't do that.
You still fires under the house.
Nope.
Does anybody do that?
No anthills that blew up.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they're not bringing her out.
Gasoline's fun to play.
Once.
Remember Gay doing that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She loved
Let's
so
see.
in it, and sitting there
Yeah.
Harkins down
Gay
to the
Harkins, and we called her Gay. This was before it was pejorative. Yeah.
It's a different time.
Different time, yeah. Or just naming something,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, well, I'm good. Now then, Mike, what would you like to say about grandmother?
Well, she's very sweet, and she reacted to me more kindly than I deserved sometimes.
Sometimes? No,
It's
you're
always
a
love.
good boy.
Yeah.
Baby.
I think she's very sweet, and even,
Get up here.
you know, she would actually, most of the time when we would have a big get together,
Uh-huh.
she's the first person I would meander over to and,
Mhm.
you know, give her a hard time for a second.
Right.
I
Right.
can't really think of anything in specific, but that's.
Well, that's good. Who's that hiding over
She really
there?
liked you.
That's the baby grandchild over
Hello.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
for a while I went through a phase of like hiding nickels in her hair. Did that work? Or? Yeah, it worked,
Were you
yeah.
gaining it?
Like she'd be sitting in her chair and I'd just weasel one in and then just walk away. She thought it was funny. So I'd be like, "Girl, you got like 3 nickels in your hair, what's up with that?" And she'd be like, "What?" And they'd fall out.
Now that
Hilarity
is really
ensues.
funny.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
a good time was had by all.
I remember going back to the reunion talk. I remember you and Joel playing on that tire swing out the side. You know, you could look out of their sunroom and see that tire swing. You might have been too little to remember it, but you and Joel were taking turns out there. We'd swing you.
And that tractor bicycle.
Oh, yeah,
Tractor.
that pedal
Oh,
tractor.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Joel
Forgot
and
about
Charlotte, they'd always fight over it. Who's gonna get to ride it?
Sounds right.
The yellow one? With
Yeah.
With the bucket on the front?
Yeah.
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 Cause you could move the bucket with a little lever, it was cool.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Y'all had better go at it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Mark would give you one send out to his property.
Yeah.
It should work.
Gotta ask.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous up there on their property. I love it in the summer because I get to mow the yard.
What's the password?
So big old
It's the iPad.
zero turn. You gotta keep this down and get on the zero turn because they'll beat the hound out of you.
Trying to remember where I was.
Not the internet.
Well, does anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
We had a great mother. And I'm gonna
Yes,
miss her.
we did.
I couldn't have asked for a better one.
She's a great person to sleep with too. And I didn't wet the bed on her.
That's a good thing. I'm proud of you, Jeannie. I'm proud of you.
She gave great backhanded compliments.
Yeah, she did.
She'd buy us something and say, if you can get in this,
You look good.
it will look good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Gabriel, did you get to say something?
I guess I did. I always remember, I was about 9 years old or so, we all took a big trip out to the beach.
Yep.
Oh, we did.
With all the cousins.
Yeah.
Joel was born while we were
So that was a significant time of our
Came
lives,
back
yeah.
and had a new brother.
And a new brother, right?
Hey, bro.
And Ariel said, I wanted a sister. But later, she realized, no, she didn't. She got along a lot better bossing boys than she did trying to negotiate with girls.
Well, that was her idea of a fun time was to take. Did you go to it, Jeannie?
I was there counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Making everybody
all,
was above
all
water.
the grandbabies, some aunts, and she used her retirement bonus to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That was her
Yeah.
idea of a fun thing to do.
And it was fun.
It was.
It was fun for us, for sure.
Yeah.
She made each child.
She knew it would be before she chose to make the investment.
A little book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, picture.
Yes.
I still have mine.
I still have
Yes.
mine.
Yeah.
Of them sitting, looking out at the ocean with their feet up on the rail.
Yeah.
And walking on the sand.
I bet.
And various other pictures in the pool.
Yeah.
I have an angry picture of me eating cereal. I don't know that.
You must have been really hungry.
Or
Yeah.
angry about something, probably because she was trying to take my picture.
Well, I momentarily made her frustrated because she called to tell me about this trip, and I said, maybe we need to tell you that that's about the time you're going to have a new grandchild. And it was silence on the other end. She didn't know what to do. You know, she wasn't mad. Because I've got these plans, but
The only time I can get the.
right. But it worked out. You know, it gave us Kenny and me time to be by ourselves and rest a little bit before that baby right there came.
I've been trying to get to the beach ever since.
And you've been trying to, well, you've been at the beach more than I have, right? You lived on an island.
We need
Yeah.
to all get together and go to the beach.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, she did things like that, spending her retirement bonus.
I remember another famous story, going to the store, and she was looking through the things on sale. I don't remember how old I was, 5 or 6 years old maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll look for something for me. And so I found this vest. It probably cost like $10.
50 cents.
Was
Yeah,
it's probably
$50
regularly like $10,
$10.
$12 or something in 1980. But it was on sale, and I was like, if it's not too much, can we buy this one? It's 50 cents. She's like, I think we can afford that one.
And y'all kept the tag on for a while.
I
I remember seeing the
in
tag.
case it didn't fit.
Yeah.
Take it back. Yeah.
Right.
Like mini pearl.
Yeah, she told that story a lot.
Yeah.
Probably how I remember it is that she told it to me.
Mm-hmm. We do that. We remember things that are retold. Yeah.
2014.
And Gabriel got to go eat green jello at the Piccadilly with grandmother.
that was a big deal.
Go to the Piccadilly
Yep.
restaurant, which I never knew of before going there with grandmother.
Yep.
Yeah. And then later we had the mall in Bristol,
They have one.
and it had a Piccadilly. And Gabriel was sure that we could just, when we got there, we could just drive to grandmother's house. It'd be about 10 minutes. Because that's the way it was from Easttown
Transit
Mall.
property.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was also a thing that said St. Luke's Church this way
Uh-huh.
in Bristol.
Well, that's true. That's true.
This is
Up
what
the
you
hill.
think,
Yeah, the pastor who had been at St. Luke's Knoxville was moved to St. Luke's in Bristol. Interesting fun fact.
Which one?
Carter. Chet Carter.
We all mentioned you never got to go visit them in Florida, but Mary Margaret and I got to go visit them in Florida, which was fun.
Yeah.
Granddaddy drove us around, and I
Oh.
guess we must have. Did we
Down to the.
drive down there, or did we fly down there and they picked us up? I think we must have driven. Yeah, that was like 2002 maybe. And we went down for a spring break or something. It was
Daddy take you on the cancer walk. He took Melinda and on the cancer walk.
to see all the people where.
All the people that have cancer around the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, skin cancer.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes
There'd be a
too.
lot of- There'd be a lot of when we. They didn't come back. He died.
Yeah.
That story.
This one's coming up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I don't know if I want to listen to all the. No, go ahead.
But he and she took us out around. You know, we went to eat somewhere, and grandmother said, "I'm just gonna go into Bell's for a minute."
Oh yeah. Yeah, Bell's would be paradise.
Mary Margaret and grandmother went in, and I stayed out in the car with granddaddy. And he said, "You might want to go ahead and just start your nap now." he did start his then.
Yeah.
Daddy likes moving the car after she got out.
Yeah.
Now that, I still say that is not funny. I don't like that. That's meanness.
When Mother's birthday in Florida was coming up, and this little girl, Mary, and she said, "What are you gonna do for Juanita for her birthday?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna go down to the funeral home, the graveyard, and after dark, and get her some flowers." Well, you can't do that. They don't care. They don't care. So the next morning, he had flowers on the and. Oh, she was so upset that he had gone down there to get those flowers.
Let's say she had a developmental disability.
Yeah.
She did. She did.
And she was about 35.
Yeah.
There was a couple that moved in next door. They were from Michigan, I think. And Daddy was out under the tree, and the guy had been swimming. He hung his shorts up, and Daddy'd wait till almost they get dry, and he'd take them off and dip them in water and go back up. And he did that about 3 times before he got caught.
Now that's funny.
Yeah.
Moving the car, not funny.
I have a patient that told his grandkids when they were little, and he said, "Look, Papa's new dentures, you like them?" And they said, "Yeah, where'd you get them?" He said, "Down at the funeral home, they got a basket. Just try them on till they fit."
I did the funeral for a man, old bachelor uncle. I had a bunch of nephews and nieces, and he was all the time doing things with his nephews and nieces, and he had one of his nephews up working on him. He had a farm. He had his nephew working with him on the farm, and just on the next little hill was a cemetery, a family private cemetery, and they had a graveside service over there, and they had the military 21 gun salute. Well, he's there with the nephew, and the guns go off, and the nephew says, "What's that?" He said, "Well, they're having a funeral over there, and one guy wasn't quite dead, they had to finish him off." And he didn't tell him anything. So he goes home and tells his mother that, and she's ready to kill her brother. I mean, they're not quite done for. They'll finish him off at the cemetery.
Papa's friend.
Oh, he's not.
When the